Hello everyone and welcome back to Shanahan Militaria. Today's video, what we're covering is a part 2 to the previous video, where we're giving advice to people that are starting off in reenacting or trying to get into reenacting, or even just collecting, or if you want to go airsofting, because people have approached me what items they should get or what items would give them a better time span. So as I said, this is a follow-on video, so the first thing that we're going to cover is boots. So we covered pretty much the uniform in the last video, from head to toe, from head to pants. So literally this time we're going to cover toes. Excuse me, I just have something in my way. So feet, boots. Up from the 50s up until the mid 80s you would have worn something like these, or just after the Falklands anyway you would have worn something like these. They were called a DMS boot. Now depending who you ask, the DMS stands for direct molded sole or Dunlop molded sole. There's two different trains of thought there. They're literally an ankle boot, leather boot, with rubber soles on them. Pretty standard tread. Still easily and readily able to come by them on eBay, shows, things like that. Now what they would have worn with these are just ankle putties. Short ankle putties. It's just a bandage pretty much that goes from about the second eyelid just to maybe 3 or 4 inches over the top of the boot to blouse your pants. That's what they would have worn. In some other period photos you can actually see what in the collecting world or the reenacting world is known as half boots. So it was literally an extra piece of material that the guys would bring to their tailor or their cobbler, and they would stitch basically a rim around the boot. And I think I brought it up to 12 eyelids or something like that. 6, yes, this is 6, so they'd add another 6 eyelids, or they might only add 8 eyelids depending on what it was. So you can come across them as well. You literally see a stitching around here where they were stitched together. They're known as half boots. Well, that's what we refer to them here in Ireland. I have heard them be called half boots. So that's your DMS boots. The next boots you will see coming in are these, and these are the general purpose high boots. Now there was a specific Northern Ireland issue boot which basically had a toe cap, and it was a pebble type leather. They came in, I believe, in trial in the early 80s, I think it was 81, 82. After the Falklands then, the DMS boot was found completely lacking, so they come up with this type of boot. Now this is the Mark 1 version. Let's put one of these away. This is the Mark 1 version, whereas there's no extra seam. The Mark 2 version basically has a seam that goes across here, and this is slightly different as well. They're called a tractor sole. Self-explanatory. A lot of guys found these very hard on their Achilles tendon and things like that. These were replaced in, I believe, after the Soldier 95 conversion or change of equipment to what was called the assault boot. And the assault boot basically has a very specific thing that you can notice. An assault boot on the halfway up on the things about the 3rd or the 4th eyelid, they literally have speed laces, and then it's speed laces from the top. So they have regular laces and then speed laces. That's the assault boot. So there's your boots covered. So as I said, that's pretty much your appearance from the previous video onto this video, from your uniform to your boots to your headdress to things like that. Now we're just going to cover other little items that you might find of value, and these are the Northern Ireland gloves. I will cover these on a specific video because there was different changes in these as well. But the Northern Ireland glove is simply a leather glove with an elasticated cuff and a pad across the knuckles. As I said, we will cover these in a separate video because there was changes with these also. The next thing you will see come in after the mid 80s, I believe these came on general issue around 84, 85, forgive me if I'm wrong, and that is the Norwegian shirt. Replaced their general purpose shirt, which I'm going to show you here now, or the GS shirt, general service shirt. You see these worn an awful lot on op banner. Guys would literally just wear these under their jackets with their body armour over the top of them. and stuff like that. Very, very comfortable. It's like just like wearing a jumper. So that's, excuse me, that's another item that you might find of interest when you're putting your impression together, or your loadout together, whatever you want to call it. Now, the next thing we have here is a GS shirt. Now this one has never been issued. It's still got its tag on it. I'm just looking for a date. No, there's no date on that anyway. 1985. So this was in service from 1985 anyway, for definite, and it's literally just a cotton shirt. I believe they're cotton. It doesn't say the material, but it feels like a cotton anyway. It's basically a cotton shirt, and it's just a plain olive shirt with epaulets and 2 chest pockets. So that's the general purpose shirt, or the GS shirt. General service shirt, GP shirt as well. They have lots of different names. So if you like what we provide here at Shanahan Militaria, please like, please subscribe, please tune in for the next video. Please don't forget to hit the notification button, it all greatly helps the channel. If you'd like to get in contact with the channel, the email for the channel will always be on the top of the video description. Thank you very much.